Alright, we're going to start out cutting the intake seat, setting up the cutter. First thing you do is with the pointer, it gives you the point at which you want to set the seat. So once you get your pointer set, you set the depth of the holder to the outside edge of the cutter. Now this is going to take a sharp eye. You got to be careful. It's hard to see. You got to verify the angle of the insert and put it on the outer edge of the 45-degree angle. You got roughly a 35 degree, you got a 45, and then you got a 60-degree angle. So the grease on your thumb sometimes highlights it. You get the light just right, get the diameter set, and then snug the set screws. It's going to take a little practice, but you'll get it. Come over here. Okay, see if you can get this here. This is what locks the cutter in. So you want to be counterclockwise to get it in. If you're over here, it won't go in, and if you drop this carbide, it'll break, it'll shatter like glass. So be counterclockwise, and then you're good to go. And fumble it around until it locks in there. At the wrenches, give it a tug. Now, you do this step one time. Every time you start ahead, you want to center the sphere. And that gets the center. So one time per head. And the other important thing is you got travel this way. You want to be the head fixture. You want to be relatively centered in the guide, and the way you change that, these parallel bars loosen this fixture here, and you can move it accordingly. And you can't do nothing until you hit the button again, but you pull it, and you might do something to make sure it's relatively square. And then lock the fixture, and that makes sure that you're within range of
center.
The guide, I suppose. So this is all the way out. This is all the way in. So we're about centered. We're good to go. So we're gonna set it down in the guide. Be real careful. Get within 1/8 of an inch of the seat. And we're gonna center the sphere. This step here you do with every guide. Every time you change it, you center the sphere. We're gonna start the motor. We're gonna hit the hand control. We're gonna bring it down until we start hearing. We start hearing it cut, and at this point you can zero out the gauge. That way, when you go to the next seat, you have reference and you can go right to it. And we're going to start cutting. Now this valve we're using is a little bit bigger than stock. That's why we're taking a while to cut. opening it up for a bigger valve, so to speak. But we're looking in there and we're watching the 30-degree angle develop. And at this point, we're gonna zero the gauge again. There's no need to hit the stop button. You can, or you can hit the thumb toggle, which shuts the machine off and allows you to go to the next seat. Down with the thumb toggle. Now at this point, I could bring my dial indicator to within roughly 1/8 of an inch and know I'm relatively close. Center of the sphere. Let it cycle. Hit the motor. Hit the hand. Bring it down until you start to see the gauge move. You can speed it up and do it by hand, get it close, and then hit the thumb feed. Here we are at 0. Lift it up. Go to the next guide, next seat. Be relatively close. Let it cycle. Let it center. Is that picking up?